Roadman, driving in the road. Well, no, I'm not driving in the Roadman. I'm in the office today, but I wanted to do a quick Ridin with the Roadman, if you will, to talk about the Cavaliers' win over the Boston Celtics on Friday night. Looked dead in the water, 11-0 down, 17-2 down, 25-3 down, 22 points. And I'm thinking, my goodness, is this thing over already? But give the Cavaliers credit, because if you scout the Celtics, you know that as hot as they are at times, they go just as cold, and they will let you back in the game, but you have to take it. And the Cavaliers did just that. I think they got it back to 12 points at the end of the first quarter, and then it was 10 at halftime. And then Boston pushed it back out to 17 in the third quarter, and then Donovan Mitchell with that thunderous throwdown kind of got the guys fired up. And from that point forward, the Cavaliers really turned it around. And give Kenny Atkinson credit, as he was searching for the right combinations throughout that game to match Boston's offense, right? And defensively, they finally came up with some zone and some man-on-man matchups when they went smaller that slowed the Celtics down and led to some baskets from defense to offense for the Cavaliers. And then the Cavaliers started making some shots. Both teams finished the same, 17 for 39 from three-point range. Boston made, I think, 7 of their first 9, right? So, 7 in that first quarter. And then they only had 10 the rest of the game. Cavaliers were 0 for 5 or 0 for 7 to start the game. And then they caught fire, making 17 the rest of the way. So that was a huge win for the Cavaliers. Now, does it mean that they're going to beat Boston in a 7-game series, win 4 times in a 7-game series? I don't know. But it gives them confidence. Anytime you win a game, I don't care who's playing, who's not playing, where the game is at. Anytime you win a game against a team that is the defending world champs, it's a confidence builder. It has to be for Darius Garland, who got brutalized defensively early in the game, but give him credit. He came back and made the Celtics pay when he had some sweet handles and some moves with a couple of floaters and then a deep 3 in that second half. So he made up late in the game for what he gave up early in the game. Donovan Mitchell was spectacular all game long. He finishes with 41 points. And how about this? The last 9 games for Donovan Mitchell against the Boston Celtics. 41 points, 31, 35, 35, 33, 29, 33, 31, and 29. In the last 9 games, Donovan Mitchell has averaged 33 points per game against the Boston Celtics. Now, Cavs are only 3-6 in those 9 games, but when Donovan Mitchell plays well, and he seems to play his best against the Celtics, it gives the Cavaliers a chance against the defending champs. But to me, the key in that fourth quarter was Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley was silent for 3 quarters. I think he had 6 points and maybe 5 rebounds through the first 3 quarters of the game. He came out and took over in that fourth quarter, scoring 11 points, grabbing 7 rebounds, and making a difference at the defensive end as well. If the Cavaliers are going to beat Boston 4 times in a 7-game series, when the playoffs roll around, Evan Mobley has to do what he did in that fourth quarter on a more consistent basis throughout the entire game. And here's the other thing that stood out to me yesterday. Max Strus started in the backcourt or as the 3, wherever you want to put. You can't do that against the Celtics. Max Strus was terrible yesterday. I kept tweeting out, why the hell is he still in the game, Kenny Atkinson? You went out and traded for DeAndre Hunter. He's got to be in the starting lineup, if not in the regular season, at least in the postseason, especially when you play the Celtics. It's about matchups. And his length and athleticism and ability to shoot the 3 as well as put it on the floor and go to the basket, that's huge for the Cavaliers. So Kenny Atkinson, please, 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 please start DeAndre Hunter somewhere along the way in the regular season to get him in with those guys so it's not 4 and come playoff time. That's your best 5. Your best 5 players are Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. That should be your starting 5, and I think Kenny Atkinson needs to go to that sooner rather than later, because it was shown yesterday what DeAndre Hunter brings to this team, and that is a matchup against the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and whoever else they put out there at those 1, 2, and 3 positions for the Boston Celtics. Let's see here, off the bench yesterday, what was it? 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from three-point range, 12 points for DeAndre Hunter. Fantastic performance. Ty Jerome was good once again coming off the bench for the Cavaliers. And so that was a huge win for Cleveland. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Kenny Atkinson did a nice job mixing and matching in the second half. Hopefully he learned that it's not Max Strus who should be in the starting lineup. It is DeAndre Hunter, especially against the Celtics. And that's the thing. In the playoffs, it's about matchups. And you've got to do that going into the game with your starting lineups. Go back to the 2015 NBA Finals. Cavaliers are up 2-1 on the Golden State Warriors. What does Steve Kerr do? He sits Andrew Bogut. He puts in Andre Iguodala, right? They go small. And next thing you know, Cavaliers lose that series 4-2. Yes, injuries were a factor in it because the Cavaliers were minus 2 key players in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. But still, Steve Kerr looked at it, knew it was a mismatch. If he kept Bogut in there, made the switch, it paid off. I think Kenny Atkinson needs to do the same for the Cavaliers with DeAndre Hunter, especially against the Boston Celtics. So a very good win. That's 9 wins in a row, 49-10 on the season. Who'd have thunk that? Not me, right? Cavaliers now 7.5 up on the Boston Celtics with 23 games to go. Securing that number 1 overall spot in the East is huge. Also, if they can get the number 1 overall spot, period, ahead of the OKC Thunder, that would be fantastic too. In case those two teams would meet in the NBA Finals, the Cavaliers would have the home court advantage. So every little thing matters come playoff time. So I believe, me personally, right, this team is a legitimate NBA contender. Boston is still the team to beat. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! That's the saying, right? Well, that's the case with the Celtics. They're the defending champs. You've got to find a way to beat them 4 times in 7 games. So far this year, they've played 4 times overall. 2 wins for the Cavs, 2 wins for the Celtics. Now remember, Porzingis didn't play yesterday. Holiday didn't play yesterday. That will factor into those matchups that I talked about. By the time the playoffs roll around, I hope the Celtics are at their best. I hope the Cavaliers are at their best. I hope Boston's healthy, Cavs are healthy. Let's play a 7-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals. That would be ideal, and let the best team come out on top in that series. Now, long way to go between now and the Eastern Conference Finals, but the Cavaliers are showing that they have what it takes. No doubt about it. They have what it takes to battle, compete with the Boston Celtics, and that's the team you got to go through to get to the NBA Finals.